started from the great grandfather.
It can be broken.
Now nyinyi, now our fathers, wewe ndo utasimama useme aje mimi na break from my roots now isiende. So somebody has to play a very vital role for you, yani as an individual.
Yeah. And it's very important to also note that you can pray. Prayer is very important, but taking action is essential. So you, after praying, you take action. You can't just pray and wait for things to just happen. You take action, and the action is managing. You manage now the addiction. Now that we have confirmed that we have that gene, we have to see how we manage that. As we wait for our Gen Z, my Gen Z brothers and sisters, mwate batura advice kidogo. Eke gusiekyo. Ebintu binange okwana. Keneke gusitali bibi. Well, ena tiera senya kundi. Ena tiera seke gusi. Ase Nyakundi. So Nyakundi is the father to Omogetutu. Arenge erebie kamwabo. Bona arenge kobiswa. Akabisirwa abantu mbamorora. So agacha gosoki when he was kerabeiro monto monene and he was huge. Bono bakamurukire nkundi esengejo mamu mwabaga tairia abantu karia kangundi agasini ninkaraba gakurigirerirwa. Karina kangundi agasini nkaraba gakurigirerirwa amubisete. Lakini kerasogete bakanyoneri umuntu. Bona akarokunya kundi. Bona akabwekaniwa esengencha arenge omonto omotoereru lakini obwate chinguru goteba chinguru tali physical power yoka even mental power. Bono akarukwa aka was likened to enyoni eri aroche litutu. Bono abantu bae intwe munatora tokarukwa abagetutu. Bono oyo taite nende mobasire limono, you have to pay. You have to pay. Well, we can continue. We were talking about managing addiction and addicts. Not addiction is a it is a mental disease. Igokerokora omuntu ose okorora omuntu nare addicted motreat buna omuntu omurwaire. Number one, we know omuntu omurwaire because this chronic relapsing brain disease ego affect chikwende kyobongo cheime, the inner part of the brain. There is a part of the brain that is responsible for pleasure and habit formation. Ekoro kwa basal ganglia. So addiction ye NRA, addiction ne naro ego chia affect. So before you take or do a certain practice, the feel good hormone, ekoro dopamine, they recover produced. So for it to be produced, lazima umuntu akore atake koranyu ago have a lot of urges chokonyu ama go feel good dopamine ema cover produced. You see, the human brain is designed in a way that it cannot be understood. And as the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 10 says, the human mind is the most difficult to understand. Is the most difficult to understand. It is the most deceitful of all human creation. No one can understand it. You go bongo munoko you be what you do. Unoko wira na boboko baigo. Nende na boboko ngaina ometekero omuntu akorora mbiyande, but from the look of things in reality tali buya. Kwarode. So it reaches a point that you have to take. You are preoccupied. Actually, that state that people say naenda kutoa lock, the other parts of the brain are not working. They are locked. They are preoccupied. They have to take to feel good and open up. So lock is a reality.
Very good example. It's a very good example.
So a lock is very practical. They are preoccupied. Brain imefungwa at that point that haezi fikiria kitu ingine tofauti before akunywe, aonje, dopamine ikwe produced and then I feel vizuri. So I said that we confirm that it is a genetic disease. It is a family disease. Alcoholism now. We have just confirmed that it is in our gene as a family. Now it is genetic. It is a family disease. And this is important to note to my Gen Z brothers and sisters that our cup is filled before you even know that we have alcohol in this world. At your youngest age, at age 0, your cup is filled. You are very, very vulnerable to alcoholism. So what will follow is you to pull the trigger, to go for it. And that is where I want management to come in. That is where we should put in management so that triggers cannot be pulled. And it's very important to note that once you have taken, then you are an addict. There is no cure for addiction. You just become a recovering addict. You manage yourself a day at a time. I didn't take today. I thank God for the rest of your life. So it is very important that tuipate hapo kwa before we take kama watoto wadogo, because as for us the third generation, I think ours is only to look tuangalie the fourth generation. We advise them so that they cannot pull this trigger. The cup is already filled, that we have the okay. So how can we I said this session should be as interactive as possible. How can we manage addictions, and putting in mind that these days technology.
Excuse me, Moffat.
Yeah.
Before we go to management, we need to understand the signs of addiction.
The signs
of addiction. How will we know that this person is addicted so that we can eventually manage his condition?
Okay. Very nice, Uncle Daktari. The signs of an addict. The signs of an addict. Very tough cravings. Someone has very tough cravings. Ay karanga 50. Na the cravings are very tough. When you realize that you have become very tolerant, you used to take 1 bottle and feel good. Now you are taking 5 to feel the same effect that you were feeling when you were taking 1. That is a major sign that you are going there. And remember, the human brain is the most deceitful. It will not tell you that you are going there. Ati naenda kukua addict. No. Hiyo itaendelea ku accept hivyo. So when you realize yourself that you are now taking 5 to feel the same effect as 1, then you are there, or you are going there, and then you become a liar. You have to lie to get this thing.
Let me add one. Throw one.
Yes.
Another sign of addiction is somebody who is addicted. There is no any other story ataweza kukuambia other than ya pombe.
Yeah.
Wakati muko leo amarua karasi tara maya there is nothing you can discuss with him other than what? Speech yake yote ni pombe.
Thank you, Uncle Daktari. Any other? Kindly?
Yes. Let's make it a line.
Yes. It is an interactive session. I expect everyone else to contribute. Mama Jerusha Mora. Nakia bakukia wata. Kana tusomera Habakuk. Ngoja some Habakuk. Yes, according to as our great mother said, the book of Habakkuk says men and women are patronizing drinking dens. They are patronizing drinking dens. Asubuhi unaamkia. That is very practical, and I can confirm because I've been there. You can wake up, go there, and be there the whole day. Hata kama hauna pesa, because addiction affects the whole wheel of life. Gurudumu zima la maisha, from your health, your finances, your career, your family, your relationships, zote inaharibu. So it is a real monster that is robbing men and women their destiny. Great men and women have been robbed their destiny through addiction. So this is a monster that we should look at with a lot of seriousness as a family. So venye Habakuk imesema, it is very true that we are patronizing drinking dens. Tunaamkia kutoa lock, tunaenda lunchtime saa 6 tena kuongeza gauge, alafu jioni pia ya kupata joto. So, and health being our greatest wealth, alcohol, we are concentrated on alcohol. It affects the whole body, the entire body, from the stomach. Wakati umekunywa pombe, ina alter the production of digestive hormones, pepsinogen or something. Daktari can confirm. It alters the production and the functioning of those digestive hormones. That is why they now start eating the stomach walls and someone develops ulcers. That is how someone develops ulcers. And the main organ that processes alcohol is the liver. The second biggest hormone, the liver. Yani the second biggest organ of our body, the liver. So it breaks down alcohol, and the end product is acetaldehyde. It is an acid. Acetic acid is the end product. And this acetic acid burns the liver. I guess we have seen people, unaambiwa na daktari, maini ilichomeka ikai. And God was so kind that the only organ that can regenerate is the liver. But it reaches a point that it can no longer regenerate. So it can regenerate. But that is not a guarantee that we drink because it will regenerate. It does not regenerate overnight. You have to give it time. And it's at a certain point. Wakati imebaki kiwango fulani, ndio inaweza regenerate. So, ukizidisha hapo, inaisha. Na ikiisha because it is the part of the human body that is responsible for removing toxins from the body. And by removing toxins from the body, your immunity is boosted. Your immunity is boosted. Okay? The liver nere korusyobo chabu omubiri. Wono kwasambire lini ikorusyobo chabu omubiri. Ingige kobwati. Obo chabu bogo ichoro omubiri. Kerobo ichoro omubiri ingige kobwati. You die. You die. It also affects the kidneys. The antidiuretic hormone in the kidney, wanakonyora omuntu ago pass out ama acha amange than etakire. I don't know how to put it in TC. Yes. Umuntu akupasa uta macha mange danita kile. Bono kwaba dehydrated. Kidneys chanza gotwara a problem. So much of the problems in our bodies are man-made. It is us who bring the problems unknowingly. So we have to check on our lifestyle. So I think we can go to management. Yes. The management bit of addiction, with remembrance that at any point at birth, now that we have confirmed that we have that gene of addiction, alcoholism specifically, our cups are filled. So the moment we go for a drink, we are pulling the trigger of addiction. And it is very important to also note that atakama you don't have a gene of addiction, you can be addicted. You can go through the process hadi ukwe addict. So I'm calling upon everyone to participate in this because it was an interactive session. Kindly.
Keep yourself busy.
Keep yourself busy.
Yes.
Yeah. Kwa sababu kitabu cha Matthew chapter 12 verse 43 to 45 says, when an evil spirit leaves a man, you see addiction is an evil spirit. When it leaves a man, it goes out to the dry land. It wanders in the dry land, and when it comes back and finds that person empty, it goes and comes back with spirits, 7 spirits worse than itself. That is why there is I don't know if it was who raised a point that I heard Uncle Ezekiel is in rehabilitation.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in a correctional center. Very nice. But now the evil spirit will leave him, right? Addiction will leave. Actually, it has left because an habit is formed after 2 weeks. A new habit is after 2 weeks. A lifestyle after 3 months. Okay? Now, after 3 months, Uncle Ezekiel will come back. But if you will be empty, by saying empty, like not taking other habits, that spirit, addiction, will wander in the dry lands and come back. And if it will find him empty, it will go and come with 7 more spirits worse than itself. So someone confirmed that it can be more worse than he was. So that is a case that we should treat with a lot of urgency. It is this time after rehabilitation that he needs us more than he did. So that is also another case that we should look at. Because akikuja tena arudi kwa triggers. Triggers are things that make you to drink. Kama kuenda kwa bar ati unakunywa soda, uongo. Hiyo ni uongo. Walking with old friends, old drinking friends, that is a trigger. If you start walking with them, you have started relapsing. Relapsing is going back, and it starts from the emotional stage. Then you come to the mental stage, and now physical relapse is taking now the drink physically. So, how can we manage this disease as a family? Kindly, Chairman. Prayers. Maombi. Very well, Chairman.
Keep away from those friends, the ones who used to take alcohol.
Keep away from
get
trigger.
New friends, get new friends.
Yeah.
Those who don't drink.
Those who don't drink.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Changing from where you are, environment.
Places. Change of
Environment and use your friends in this time. You have new friends and new activities. Be busy.
Yeah. Our able Madam Charlie. How can we manage addiction? we were contributing. As he ponders about it, very well put. Uncle Jotham is also a counselor.
Okay, thank you. Habari ya asubuhi. Mimi nafikiri ku manage addiction is to have positive thinking styles. Angalia marafiki zako. Count 5. Kama wana think positive, follow them. Lakini ukiwa na wawili ambao wana think negative, utaingia kwa group ya watu wana think negative. So think positive. Hiyo ndio imenifanya nikasurvive na kufa. So addiction ni chronic, ni ngumu kutibu, lakini rahisi kumanage.
Keep yourself busy.
You keep yourself busy. Yeah. Yes.
Get a mentor, somebody you are looking up to guide you through the process.
Get a mentor. Yeah. Any yes, Mama. Yes. You have to manage yourself.
Like the lady we have talked about, yeye ipagwa pahali yake ako na sense zote, anajua hata vileo hakujipeleka. I want you to get that point. Kuna mwingine anapelekwa ila yeye kubali kama nimepelekwa hapa, hakupenda kupelekwa, lakini yeye naye kuangalia hapo na hiyo shida ukampeleka hapa. Hiyo itakuja self acceptance ya kwa hivyo roho isiwe ni mtu wake, lakini asini ile kuoro ya mangana kuisanikia baadhi ya na injili mtakatifu hivyo wagenda. But the really management has to come from your heart. Na bako waje aichele chibu zilicho kwa bora yemu alire baje demokagisi waje mai korengere. Yani I don't know how to do this. Aichele na and they will be more worse. He will be wild. But to some individuals, like that, ondaji ngaki myself, the family, the community, or manage it. Very easy to manage it. So there are two things in mind. One, is it from inside itself, decision that I'm living, that I want to live a better life, or nege told the first, so with me, with the management, it depends on that. That's how it depends on that.
Very nice and well put. Nothing can happen if nothing happens. Nothing happens if nothing happens. So something must be done. And these things are personal. Some things are personal. You have to start from your mind. You have to change your mindset and then go out for help from others. Any other?
Back in the society, try and look for support. These are only well, you can be going there, getting support from others who are recovering from this. So support is also
Very well. Kabisa. Yes. Sokoro. Na kio rato teia sama ngana.
Kinda bwana ose anche na yenge Europe na tutama lakini na kinje na tete nje kinko nya kwa kina tete egento gia kitrio ko ngakia ya mama wono anisa ngatiga akarona tigete abasani ba nenko nya kundi ba renge bari twari gutanga barabu bana bonde ina togende gutia usagwanjira na baga toinga togende igoma na ende kingo da no ragi kware obakani to base gutara na barabu igoma ineste kwemo yogo akoi koenda se ali asu kware igoma egente getangani friends bali mu ali utara na barabu tigana na barabu ni ko manye tingamba gendete ku tigana na barabu ande fete ko akera to ko nyoma ruwa ni akera to ali ko nyoma monto lago jenya kundi ko to bie kara manye no wa de kibe so to kapisa ko manye ko ranga bono ni ke buye ka ni ke buye abe ase ko bwa to mufuko kwanya atei igo avoid abasani bali ba mwali ko nyina barabo avoid na ile to base ko gendo ikara senkali nga o ikara sabuna mwateba o ikara se yo kaigo we go you keep yourself
very well put, Uncle.
Yes, you can also use champions, those who had recovered before, but they give testimonies.
Yeah, champions. Any other? Now let us go straight to managing addicts now. Addicts are people who are in this ambao wako kwa hili janga sasa. Those are the addicts. Yeah, managing addicts. How can we manage ourselves and addicts? We have a few minutes left, so I kindly call upon everyone to stay present. Yes, how can we manage addicts? Uncle James.
The company.
Over ready? Very well put, Uncle James. But my point was, that is very well said. Managing addicts. addicts, wale watu ambao wamelemewa na huu ugonjwa wa addiction. How can we manage them? Because many times you hear people hang themselves. And you see, suicide is not an event. It is a process. It is also a mental disease. It is a process that somebody starts with developing suicidal ideations up to the point that take his or her life, then the process he may go through. Some of the addicts feel disconnected from the family or from friends or from people. They feel disconnected, and that through that they feel the suicidal ideations start coming to them. Wanaona they are worthless, wanaona they are not liked, hawapendwi, wanaona hii dunia imefika mwisho. So how can we manage these people? Because once they develop the suicidal ideations and they take their life, we have lost. Ama namna gani? Yes.
One thing is to show them love,
Show them love.
talk with them,
Talk with them.
communicate with them, try to understand them. Put yourself in their shoes, understand them, and then you communicate with them, and then you show them love, they feel appreciated, and then they will come out from that.
Yeah. One more contribution on that, because we are not in time. We are masaa yamekwisha. One more contribution before we go to. Let them feel that they are not neglected. Show them love. Show them love. Okay? Now, we are going to the last and most important point in this. How can we now, we have talked about addicts and addiction. Now, how can we prevent? Prevention is better than cure, more so to things that have no cure. Because addiction has no cure, so prevention is the only cure. So how can we prevent? Our younger generation, the fourth generation, the fifth, the sixth, how can we prevent this? And keeping in mind that we are living in a world that it is a global village. Technology has gone out there. Everything is in the internet. You can be with your son in the house, lakini anapiga deals huko Jamaica, anauza vitu zake huko. Anauza tu online, pole pole. Siku anatoka siku moja, ni stock anaenda kulot. Anaendelea kuuza online. Because as the book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20 says, society prides itself in calling right wrong and wrong right. So most of the things that are in the internet, they tend to praise alcoholism, drug and substance abuse, and other things that are not in line with godliness. So how can we prevent this? How can we prevent occurrence?
I think one way we can do is by creating awareness, being intentional, given that we know genetically we have an issue as a family. Be intentional to talk about it to the young ones. Encourage trainings, and just be very intentional, because this is something, if the child steps on it, the chances of going all the way are very high.
That is well put. Thanks, Auntie Pastor G. Any other? Two more contributions on that as we wind up. Two more.
Spiritually, pray and break that generational curse by saying that the last generation that had it will not trickle down to your generation of the children you have. You be intentional on prayers and breaking that curse, because alcoholism is a curse. It's a generational curse.
That is well put. One more. Yes.
As parents for the young generation, for our kids, we should set examples, be role models, At the same time, we take alcohol, don't come home with samples because the kids will always try to test what the parents are doing.
Yes.
So we should be role models.
We should be role model. Alingine.
If you are smoking or drink, don't send them to buy for you when you're at home.
Okay.
Maybe another one for it's only for men. When in society, when we see the families love themselves, they like the wife and the husband wanapendana sana. When those guys who drink wakienda wanaambia ya amuka au kani to siva. So let's be let's be positive. Let's not listen to what these other groups are saying. Because basically, I think most men will always, the others will always be telling them that maybe umekaliwa.
Umekaliwa. Yeah, very nice. Any other point or question now? Because we are out of time. Kindly, my fellow Gen Z. So.
This is a personal decision. Number one, when God created man, na wakati alikuwa lile tunda alijua mema na mabaya. In this case kuna mambo mbili. Wewe mwenyewe uko na akili yako unajua what I'm doing is wrong. But you go ahead and you do what? You do it. God gave us uhuru wa kufanya nini? Wa kuchagua. This is a personal decision. Wewe mwenyewe ufanye nini? Hata tukikuombea ufanye nini? But kama wewe mwenyewe hujaamua, you make your own decision. Na tulipewa na Mungu hii uwezo. Unajua hii ni mbaya aje nifanye. Ama hii ni nzuri nifanye. So make your personal decisions. Wakati unafanya nini? Unachagua uamuzi. Tukue na uamuzi ambao uko na busara. That's number one. Number two, Pastor Gia amesema tuko watu wa maombi. Unapoomba hii mambo ambayo inakuja na ni laana ama ni hizo genius wanasema, but when Satan comes in one way, unapoomba ndio tunaweka vizuri ya kwamba Shetani anapoingia kwa njia moja, Mungu ako na uwezo wa kumtoa kwa njia ngapi? 7. So anapoingia kwa njia moja na ulevi, so unapoomba tukiwa watu wa maombi, anatoa hiyo ulevi yote, usherati na mambo yote katika maisha yako, tunakuwa wasafi. Mungu awabariki.
Thank you very much for that, Uncle. Yes, one more from our young generation. Hello. Gen Z. Ama ni millennials na waita Gen Z. Poleni.
Okay, maybe let me stand. Thank you very much for the nice talk you've given us. The three it just touched us, it's affecting us. But I want to make one plea, one request as some looking at next year when we're having such a meeting in Nakuru. I want to make a plea as your chairman this morning. But before then, let me tell you why I overslept. I was visualizing. I was having a dream. Where our group will be come next year. So I want to, based on what they said, I want to tell you today that come next year, whoever, we were going to Elder Omwenga's place, and we don't expect anything to be served in that particular day. We're looking at that day. So please, if you want to, we are all invited to Nakuru, but take your article 1 week in advance so that when you come to Nakuru in our meeting, we will not entertain anybody who has those traits. Because from here we want to pray, we want to break that generation habits, so that come next year we'll be in a different one. So thank you for such a nice topic this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also want to make a remark. Robert, I'm very happy
what you said, your calmness came out of that. You explained to us what's going to happen and what it happens, what alcohol does to your health and everything. We are very proud of you, my brother. Keep it up. And now you will be always attending our meetings anytime where we are behind them. It needs to be supposedly and then you'll be giving us this kind of sessions so that we can see how we are progressing.
Actually, he is our secretary. He has to be there.
Yes, we have got 2 or 3 culprits. Most of them, we are taking them to a rehab very soon. You want to see how they are going to progress. Thank you very much, my brother, for the session. Very nice one.
Thank you very much, Uncle.
Finally, just be notified. You gave us a position of security. We will be checking your bags as you check into Elder Umanga's home.
No alcohol, no
Even vehicles. The vehicles, we will check them before you enter.
No alcohol.
Think 1 week before.
And we will also be introducing the alcohol block.
And let us kindly remember to walk the talk.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just saying. Wanted to say, when we are talking to our GNCs, tell them the consequences of taking these things by giving examples. Like now, when you read about Margaret Ngeta, she was behind.
Yeah,
Which country was that?
Vietnam.
Yeah, tell them when you do that, you will be hanged and we shall never see you. Yeah. And give them examples like him, those who knew him and saw him that time. And when they see him now, how do you see him now and when you saw him there before? Yeah. Now he looks healthy, he looks handsome, and he looks nice.
Thank you.
So others will want to be like you. So by use of examples.
Another, those remark. Remember too, the Bible says this. Do not only take a little alcohol. So it's not as we wrote that Bible. So we are not trying to. We are the people who take it the wrong way. I read it. They say that, but we read it. It says.
Okay. There being no any other remark, I would like to close it there and remind you that I am the founder of the group that I told you earlier. It's called Youth for All Africa. We look at societal issues, address them, and provide solutions. So thank you very much. If there is no question, any concern, we are good. So let us walk the talk. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much.